Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and to a new location with a new-ish person. This is my friend Melanie. I'm visiting her and her family in Ireland on my first proper child-free trip away. We got great sleep last night.
She had a lie in, bitch.
Just saying. I know, and I left you to your two kids. I was like, no, I'm not here to look after your children. This is my holiday away from my child. When I asked on Instagram what people wanted us to make some videos about, a lot of people requested stuff about style and fashion and clothes, because, you know, we're
fashionistas, obviously.
Aspirational. I was at a YouTube event recently and somebody genuinely was like, oh, are you a fashion YouTuber? And I was like, I mean, yes.
Well, I think of fashion as one of your big things, but I think your fashion content is the kind of fashion content I like, where it's not all just like beige and super stylish. It's more personality based and like.
Oh yeah, I do not have a neutral colour palette.
No. There'll be nothing neutral in this video.
Not here. But I wanted to make a video about parenting style. We're going to go through like different aspects of motherhood and parenting and kind of like clothes and certain things that have worked for us and things that not so much, because
this is an interesting one. Yeah, it's
overwhelming sometimes. It seems so superficial, and yet what you're wearing can like make or break your day as a parent sometimes.
Literally.
It can be like the last like fucking nail in the coffin of just like, right, I'm done. Like, why? Or it could be like, yeah, life is so easy and good today. Like, I've got this.
And it changes how you feel about yourself as well, because, you know, living in a tracksuit and pajamas for me does me no good mentally. Like, even though it's physically very comfortable, so it's been a journey. I'm still on the journey. You're further along in the journey. I'm gonna do, even though I had a kid first, but like it's taken me a lot longer to rediscover.
You had your first kid during the pandemic, so like,
oh yeah,
in terms
there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, why get dressed? Like,
it's a horrible. It is a horrible attitude to have, but like literally, that's where I was. I was like, no,
there's no point. So before we get into the actual like parenting style stuff, I wanted to start postpartum. So I had a C-section. You've had 2 vaginal births, one with forceps.
Yeah, one with the big, and the other was an assisted, like natural. I hate the word natural, but just like an unmedicated delivery where like everything was intact. The first time round, there was like full on down to the bum.
I saw a photo.
Oh, you did?
You showed me the photo.
No, you're the only person I think who's seen that photo. So yeah, I had like a 3rd-degree tear and it was really, really, really uncomfortable down there.
So what could you wear and what couldn't you wear
right after birth? My mother-in-law's night dresses. Yeah. That's all I wore for weeks. And like, you know, obviously if I had to get up and walk around, I would wear very loose loungewear. But like generally, I didn't want anything touching off me down there. I was literally rolling up towels and sitting on them so that my hemorrhoids were not touching off anything. It was really, really something. So that was my main concern.
So I did not have that problem. Everything was intact in the vagina anus area. But I was recovering from major surgery. With the C-section, it was all about, I had like a lot of high-waisted and very loose and comfy trousers.
Yeah, nothing pressing in on your
Nothing
scar.
pressing in, nothing tight, like very baggy, loose vibes. Like I had this pair of like yellow cash trousers from Lucy and Yak, and my friend Lena was like, you had a baby, I don't want to get the baby a present, I want to get you a present, what do you want? I was like, I need another pair of these trousers in a different colour. And she was like, it's yours. Done. So I lived in those in the like early postpartum time because they were just like stretchy and comfy and nothing like pressing on the C-section scar. And the other thing is that like everything is just like so looser anyway, and you feel like the slightest like cough or sneeze, like everything's gonna like fall out. So the fact that it was still like high-waisted, like I felt like held but not uncomfortable.
Yes. Also, I would add big, massive kind of Bridget Jones style knickers, you know, like
100%.
Just big, baggy, ugly,
you gonna be
white knickers.
Just knickers you don't care about like getting absolutely ruined. I lived actually in a lot of the like disposable maternity knickers just because I was just like, I don't want to live in knickers and pads, which I did do a lot of the time as well, but like I got through the disposable knickers quite quickly. And then I guess the other postpartum thing that is like never ending. It's not just that like initial stage, is the fact that your body is just like changing shape and size.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know about you, but for me, I lost a lot of weight first year postpartum. I got a skirt that I loved and it was too big for me, and I got it tailored to fit, and now it's too small for me.
Hannah, it's such a mess.
It's such a
like
mess.
Especially when you want to be more sustainable with your wardrobe, and you throw in having children, and then you throw in the changing body, and like also an interest in fashion. It's like, how do these things all meet and be friends? It's really complicated.
And like in my head as well, I'm like, I want to get pregnant again, and I'm buying all of these clothes now, which making me feel good now, but then knowing full well, like, if I get pregnant, like, I'm not gonna be able to wear this.
So my eldest is 3, and after I had him, you know, I very gradually kind of got back into some of my clothes, but a lot of them just didn't fit me anymore. And I was like, I don't want to hang on to loads of small clothes and be constantly thinking like I have to lose weight or I have to like try and fit into these clothes again, because I just don't like that mindset. So I did like give a lot of them away, and then I got pregnant again, and you know, I hadn't really kept enough of my bigger clothes either. And then after that baby, none of the weight like shifted. I kind of stayed at a bigger size, and I was like, right, I'm just gonna get comfortable with this, like this is my body now. And then I bought some like bigger clothes, and I didn't want to go out and buy like a whole new wardrobe either. So I was like, I was keeping certain things because I was like, maybe eventually like they might fit me, but anything that was like smaller, like much smaller, I was parting ways with, donating. Then recently I became unwell. I lost quite a lot of weight quite quickly, drastically changed my lifestyle, have been continually losing weight ever since, and now I have way less clothes that fit me. Like literally, it's ridiculous.
It's so annoying because you just can't predict
where you're going to be at. It's like we all need multiple pairs of jeans in all sizes.
Yeah. And
it's not realistic.
And sometimes even just like not in motherhood or like postpartum, but some people will go through like 3 sizes within their menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hard. Like I definitely have had a lot of weight fluctuation over the last 2 years, and most of my clothes that I wear are kind of like the loose fitting style, because then
loose dresses are very handy.
They are very handy.
Loose, and
a loose dress.
A lot of the ones that are in shops are floral. So I went through this whole stage of just having nothing but a million dresses, even though it's just not. It's not very me at all. And
it's yummy mummy Mel.
Yeah, it's given like you know, homestead cottagecore like trad wife Mel, and it's just not me. Trad wife Mel, and I was just, you know, wearing them just like I feel like one of those people who make sourdough all day, but I'm not. So it just wasn't it. You know, they were beautiful and cozy, but then don't make me feel like me.
No, it's hard. But yeah, I wanted to also chat about feeding.
Yes.
The breastfeeding and the boob access, because I've done like whole videos as well on like spring and summer, and then like autumn and winter like breastfeeding clothes that I got, because I went on a whole journey.
Speaking of, this dress is very non-breastfeeding friendly.
You cannot breastfeed in this dress. I can breastfeed in this.
So like there's a zip, like it zips down at the back.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of dresses that I've always loved. Like I collected a lot of these ones, and like some of them fit me now, and like others, even though like I have lost weight, my waist size is bigger because, you know, your whole shape is different, so some of them will never fit me. But I'm wearing this today because we're going on a friend date.
We're going on a friend date without children.
Like, I'm gonna wear something that I like and I don't have to worry about, because if I'm here with you, I don't mind you seeing my boobs. Like I'll take the whole dress off to breastfeed.
Yeah.
Because we're at home. But I don't really mind people noticing me breastfeeding. Some people want clothes where it's possible for it to be completely covered up. So like there's 2 very different camps of breastfeeding outfits, I think.
Yeah, because I sit somewhere in the middle. Like I definitely am like all for breastfeeding in public and not giving a fuck. However, I've got very big boobs, which changes the situation slightly. So like for boob access, I would mostly be wearing like a top and a bottom, and if the top is like a cropped thing or a baggy thing, then it's easily lifted up. If I'm in a dress like this, like I could breastfeed in this dress because it's like buttoned, but then you undo it, because there's no top part here to like recover the boob. Your boob is out, and like it's just
you
like,
have to open yours a lot more to get the boob out than me.
And also it's just like the amount of then surface area of boob that is then on display. Like that's just like I've done it, but I'm not like
super
stoked about it. I'm not stoked about it. Because basically then my whole boob is out rather than like if I'm wearing a crop top, I can still like cover myself up and feed. And the covering myself up thing is definitely not a like pressure from other people. Like I also like don't want my tits out. Like I don't want people like
staring at them.
Well, I just like no.
See,
like,
I'm only a C cup.
I don't
right
mind
now.
if people see my nipple. Like, do you know, it's so weird. Like, if you see my nipple, that's where the milk comes out of. Like my kid is feeding right now. Like, of course, you're gonna maybe get a glimpse of the nipple, like as it's going in or whatever. Yeah. But the rest of the boob, I think it's just because there's so much surface area. I don't know. And now I'm trying to do it my button with one hand. That's another thing. Very important.
Buttons. I'm not as much of a fan of like with buttons. Like I prefer if there's like a zip or something, or like where it's stretchy and you can kind of scoop it out.
Yeah.
But again, it's because like mine are smaller, so it's just a bit easier. And now that they're saggier as well, it's just I kind of can cover it easily with one hand. Like I can just do this and then they can't see all the saggy skin.
So have you had any like specific breastfeeding items that you would recommend, or are they just kind of like whatever you can make do with normal clothes?
I was a big fan of nursing dresses. However, it's a big investment. You might only be breastfeeding for a couple of months or a few months, and like I knew I would be breastfeeding for a longish time if I could. Well, I was hoping to, and I planned on breastfeeding more than one baby, so I was like I don't really mind buying them because
but also you can wear them normally
for having sex and just being like, ooh, here, give me a
because I've got 2 nursing dresses and I did love them to have like a dress to wear, and one of them I wore to like 2 weddings, which is very handy to be able to like wear a nice looking dress and breastfeed, like especially because Rowan came to the weddings with us. But again, the big boob thing, the hole is like little.
The slits are
small, and so I would have to like again fully expose myself to like maneuver. I don't know. It was like it worked, but it wasn't my favorite.
Honestly, my favorite has probably been baggy t-shirts. Again, it's not something that like style wise I feel like me in. I'm not like a big baggy t-shirt person, but I just liked being able to like have my legs crossed, baby's head balancing here, and kind of lift up the t-shirt and just kind of bend, like lean forward. I like doing that, and I just feel like that's the most comfy way to breastfeed around family and stuff.
Yeah, I've got a lot of baggy crop tops, especially like in the summer. That was kind of like my breastfeeding uniform. And then in the winter, I really loved having like actual nursing vests. Because if I was lifting up t-shirts and like lifting up jumpers, but then it's cold, so I had nursing vests on to keep my belly nice and warm but still having boob access. So yeah, I love a nursing vest, but you only really need them in the winter, or obviously you can wear them in summer as your main, as just a top. But then again, in my situation, if I was then like unbuttoning them, like the whole boob would be out, which is fine if you're fine with it,
if you're okay with it.
But yeah, one of the things now that I've stopped breastfeeding that I am loving, that I have access to in my wardrobe, is dresses like these where it's like fully covered up top and then the zip is up at the back. Or I've got another like very long maxi dress that again like comes up to the neck and it's like full coverage. Like I wouldn't like imagine like pulling up all of the layers to like get in.
Like on my wedding, I had to take my entire wedding dress off to breastfeed, and like a lot of my dresses are like that full on bloody wedding dress situation. Also like lots of layers, because I really would just get annoyed if I had like, you know, a t-shirt and a shirt and then a dungarees, and it's just too many things.
Honestly, dungarees did not vibe with for breastfeeding because
I thought
I'm just like, which side do I put you on? Which side do I pull the boob out of? And then if I'm having to unclip it, then I'm like, well, that's just more effort.
I know. Yeah, there was certain ones that I was like, oh, that'd be perfect. And then in practice, you're wearing it and you're just like, this is not like the more simple the outfit, the better.
Any layers where like a dungaree situation, I had a jumpsuit that I would wear like a t-shirt underneath. No, don't do that. Because then you have to like remove the jumpsuit to remove the to like pull up the t-shirt. Yeah, anything that's like a full body situation, unless it's like a wrap situation.
Yes, the wrap dresses are great.
Yeah, or it's like baggy and you can easily just like pull it to the side.
Yeah, because there's some dresses that are like stunning and structured and stuff, but they're stretchy material that you can like get your, you know what I mean? But it makes shopping online really hard, I think, because I much prefer trying something on to figure out, because I try something on and immediately
I could get my boob
how
out
do I
of
get the
this.
boob? How quick?
Look at that button. Just, hello.
How quick can I get it out?
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to tangibly like
I have a couple of maxi dresses that kind of did work. So the one that was like neck up to here, no. Then I've got other ones that are really stretchy and they come to here. And I could just pull the entire dress down
same.
to get my boob out. And again, like sometimes it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to take when I want to wear the nice dress, when I want to feel like me, when I want to be like, oh, I've not worn this dress in so long because I couldn't wear it during pregnancy, or like, and I couldn't like, you know, I couldn't wear it all winter, and like now I can wear it again. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be a bit of a faff breastfeeding in it. But also it depends on the age, because if it was like newborn cluster feeding, like that first 6 months to a year, when they're feeding loads, like
then you're conscious of stain and milk dripping, and you know,
but also like you need more access. Whereas in the second year of breastfeeding for me, I knew that if we were out of the house all day, he might only want to feed once or twice.
Yeah.
So I can be like, do you know what? It's worth it.
Yeah.
Like I'm only gonna have to get my tits out once. Like
nursing bras obviously like have to be here. Anything that required a non-visible bra strap I couldn't wear because I needed support. You needed a bra, obviously, right? Any strapless bra situations, I couldn't wear a strapless bra because it would be pressing in and giving me clogs and stuff. So,
oh my God, the idea of wearing, I gave up on strapless bras years ago.
And so any tops that, like, you know, if they comes in here or like, and then you couldn't have the visible bra strap thing. I know some people don't mind visible bra straps, but I'd always be so conscious if it was like a nursing bra strap just sticking out of my nice little top.
Not that aesthetically pleasing.
No, so because I have some tops like this, but I couldn't wear that breastfeeding at all because I cannot wear like the type of bra I would require. So yeah, it just requires a restructure of the wardrobe for sure.
But speaking of nursing bras, this is reminding me that I had like a preference of clasps. Like it gets so specific because I had like one style of clasp that I could really easily open with one hand, and that was like the classic clip. And then I had another bra that was a much sexier nursing bra, but it was magnetic and it was impossible to do one-handed. And so it's just not practical. It needs to be able to be fastened and opened one-handed. So like practice. Like if you're like pregnant and like trying on nursing bras, practice doing that with one hand.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, it's just like, this is useless. This is so frustrating. Did you have any like fave kinds of bras that worked for nursing and some that you're like, no, thank you?
I feel like for me, bralettes, and I know you were saying you found it hard to feed with them.
My
but like,
bralettes would not allow me to.
I think that's
get
a
my
boob size
out.
thing. Because at night, like bralettes, oh my goodness, I could just literally pop and they just go dunk and then I fall asleep, and it's not like too hard pressing into my. A lot of my sports bras I found were giving me clogs, so I didn't wear a single sports bra with my second baby. Didn't get a single clog.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to wear a sports bra because my sports bras was just like a chastity belt for my boob.
Yeah, like it's so bad for breastfeeding. I didn't know that. I was wearing sports bras all the time. I was having clogs for months with my first baby.
I honestly do not understand how you were even able to breastfeed in sports bras though, because I actually think that must have been a terrible sports bra, because what kind of support would it be offering you for doing any kind of sport?
I know, I think
if you can lift it, if it's stretchy enough to be lifted to get your boob out, that is not a good sports bra. That is my opinion.
I think, well, it was a bit of a battle, like, because they would be bet onto my boobs, and like, you know, bad idea. Bralettes, nice, like loose, like not too tight, but just like real cozy, like where you don't even feel like you're wearing it. Those kinds of bralettes were my fave.
Towards the end of my breastfeeding journey, I got gifted this bra, which like is so good that I'm still wearing it even though I'm not breastfeeding, which is like a wrap bra. So it doesn't have clasps, don't have to faff around with clasps, and it's just kind of like a wrap in the middle, but it's like, honestly, like it makes my boobs go it's got such good support for like a non-wired like bra.
Yeah, wires are like out as well. All my bras were wired. I didn't realise
I
that it's
started
impossible.
wearing my old wired bras again, and genuinely it bruised my underboob.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I was at an event, I was at a work event, and I was wearing a wired bra thinking like, oh my God, I'm me again. Look at me, like not breastfeeding at a work event with my wired bra on. I had to take it off. I had to take off, and I went bra the rest of the event because I was in so much pain.
Oh,
I know.
I wore a wire bra for the first time in ages there recently because I was going on a little date without either of the kids. I want to wear like really like, you know, and it looked so good, but yeah, as soon as I got home, I was so excited to take it off. Like, you take it off and it's just like a layer of sweat.
Well, that's the other thing with like a lot of the like more comfy nursing bras that I have. They're like quite a thick material, and then it is horrendous in the summer, especially with big boobs.
Yeah,
like just the sweat is unreal, and I can't not wear a bra. I don't have a solution to that. It's just so sweaty and gross and but the sleeping at night. So I also wore like this very loosey-goosey crop top at night for co-sleeping and
crop
breastfeeding.
Tops are brilliant for breastfeeding.
Yeah, and it's like no pressure on my boobs or my ribs at all.
It keeps the nipples covered from the sheets and the
it's from the scratchy nails. That was why. That was literally the only reason why I wore it. Otherwise, I would have just been like topless.
I hate when they want to play with the other one.
Yeah,
one. I'd always have to be able to pull the bra up and cover it because I cannot entertain that for a second.
Be like so sucking on one and then like tweaking and tweezing and pinching and scratching the other one. And so that's why I had to wear something, because I had to like protect
yourself,
protect it. And then with co-sleeping as well, like especially when he was younger, and so we were much more like vigilant about like safe sleeping, whereas like now that he's a toddler, it's just chaos. But because I would have like the duvet like halfway, like not all the way up on me, be like halfway down my body, I would wear like long sleeved pajamas with buttons so that I could be warm.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I'd always like have it around my legs and like tucked in between my legs and pajama on top, because I liked sleeping in underwear usually.
Yeah, I would be naked.
But you'd have to keep something on the top because you'd be literally freezing, because I like being like a cinnamon bun, like having the blanket right up under my chin.
But now that I'm not breastfeeding, I don't know if I could get away with like sleeping naked next to him, or if he would like see the boobs and like go for them. So now if I am ever sleeping next to him, I'm wearing like a big baggy t-shirt that's like high neck and like long, you know?
Yeah, just until he has enough distance from them to
be
like, what's that?
I don't know if I want to risk it, because he does occasionally like still play with them and like shove his face in them. Like,
yeah, I think you need to give it a bit more time and distance.
Yeah,
he's still going through it.
Still mourning. Yeah, he's still mourning the loss. I also wanted to chat about like the day-to-day activities of parenting and like fashion and style, and then also like the mental emotional side of it as a mother in motherhood, because there's one thing that I learned the hard way and it was so sad, but I feel like I've been having a lot of fun with my like style recently in how I've been dressing.
You've even inspired me with your posts about that. Yay. Big time.
Oh, I'm glad. One of the things that I discovered recently was like patterned tights, which is not a new thing, right? It's not a new thing, but I was feeling every time I was putting an outfit together and I would be putting on my like black tights, I'd be like,
yeah, they're sad. Like,
it's just a bit sad.
I want red tights so desperately because of people just wearing them and not being like, you know, just being like, yeah, I'm wearing red tights.
I'm wearing red tights. Yeah. So I got all of these like amazing pattern tights, some stripy, spotty, like multicolored, like really interesting stuff. And it honestly like elevated the outfit. I was like, this is incredible. And then throughout winter, I basically lived in mini skirts, pattern tights, and like knee-high boots. And I was like loving life.
Such a you vibe. I love
loving
it.
Life.
Yeah.
However, do not go to soft play in tights. Don't do it. Don't do it, because there's Velcro everywhere. The Velcro is everywhere, and it'll just like rip ladders in all of your beautiful tights.
This is it. It's just like, why can't we have nice things and look after our kids?
I know.
I always feel like I'm deciding between, you know, wearing something because it's going to get food all over it. Yeah. It's going to get wrecked. I have to be getting up and down off the floor. You know, I have to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And choosing between that and like feeling good about myself and feeling like myself. And it's such a hard tightrope.
And everyone will land somewhere different. I think that I have, since he's been born, really, since out of like the weeds of like 4th trimester, I very much leaned more into, this is just going to be like physically a bit more difficult and impractical, but I'm gonna feel great.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like be wearing something that I really love.
Yeah, you were saying to me about that, like, because you stopped wearing makeup, clothes were like extra important in that regard.
Yes.
Like, and that makes so much sense, because like I think I would be the same. I was like clinging to like my little bit of time to put on my makeup and stuff like that,
and then I'm clinging to my time to like put together an outfit that's interesting to me.
And it's just, I'm realizing now that it is really important, because how you present yourself does affect how you feel about yourself. And I know like people kind of poo-poo it and stuff like that, but I think psychologically there is a lot going on with like, when you feel put together and your exterior kind of just matches up with how you feel in your head, you just feel better, and you are, you know, you show up better and stuff like that. So I'm trying to lean into that now. I'm trying to like think, okay, yes, wearing a shirt and jeans and a belt and stuff is not going to be as comfortable as wearing a tracksuit with stains on it. But, you know, I'm definitely going to feel a lot better, and I think I'll be in a better mood, and that will affect my parenting.
Yeah,
so.
And it's not that like all stylish clothes are uncomfortable.
No. But my style, I suppose like tracksuits is just not my style. Like for some people, they can like actually like put on a tracksuit and make it look amazing. But like a tracksuit and me are just, it's like...
Yeah. And like a lot of my style, I don't really wear that many like structured clothes. Whereas I feel like structured clothing is very your style.
Yeah. Like with this dress, like these clothes like that. But see, this is a really comfortable dress. But because I can't get my boobs out, it doesn't work. It's so annoying.
No. Yeah, because like I can like feel put together in an outfit that like still has a lot of like movement in it.
Yeah.
But I guess, it really just depends on what your personal style is.
Yeah.
And also like I feel like my style is still very casual, but it's like colourful casual.
Yes. Like this, I have this big cardigan, and if I wear this cardigan with like a little, like a cute kind of tank top or like kind of vest top or whatever and trousers, I feel so much more put together than if I wear activewear or if I wear loungewear. Even though it is so casual, I just feel more like myself, do you know what I mean? But it's like so much of my brain is always telling itself, that's just going to get dirty, it's just going to get wrecked, don't wear it, keep it for a nice day, keep it for when you have to go somewhere. But no, today is
do you know what
occasion.
Going to that play date is going somewhere. Going to the childcare drop off is going somewhere.
Exactly, it is though. Like I don't exactly go all over the place and do all these amazing fun things, like, so you know, I want to just make an occasion of going shopping for food.
I have this mad pair of like very high-heeled white boots that I got secondhand, and I absolutely love them. And Rowan and I were heading out to go to like a stay and play, like a play group thing, and I asked Rowan, which shoes should mummy wear? And he picked those ones. And I was secretly very pleased, even though it was so impractical, like walking with a buggy in those shoes. Like they're actually really comfortable, so I survived. But then like getting up and down and like impossible, so I like take the shoes off when we get to the playgroup, and I'm like saying to the other mums like, oh, he picked them today, even though I'm secretly like, no, I picked them.
You gave him the choice.
I'm like using the excuse that like, oh, I'm only wearing these like crazy shoes because my kid picked them, because I was like embarrassed about the fact that I was like dressed up to like this playgroup where obviously like a lot of people are just like dressed in loungewear or activewear or like just like jeans and a jumper kind of thing, and I was like, my son picked it, rather than like admitting to myself that I wanted to dress up.
Oh god, what are we like? But shoes is such a big one. Like I'm banning myself. I have banned myself from buying any heels, because with lifting them up and down, it just doesn't work unless I'm getting time away from them, which soon that will happen more and more. And when I got pregnant the second time after I had that baby, my feet were bigger. Size 7 now, I was a size 6, and at first I was like, oh, this is just a temporary thing, right? Like they're gonna just, but like my feet have flattened, and it's either how much weight I gained or it's like the ligaments relaxing or whatever. But this is the thing, like I googled it, I was like, my feet are bigger after baby or birth and pregnancy, and loads of people, and all their shoes don't fit, so they have
that is a nightmare.
A beautiful high heels that I've collected for years that I can't. I look like the big sister or the ugly sisters in Cinderella trying to put on the shoe.
No. With shoes, so I actually have got a couple of like heeled shoes since having Rowan, but they're like platform me heels, which I feel like I can get away with. But yeah, for the most part, like the shoes area is the one that I'm having to like find like flats, boots and things that still make me feel good.
Yeah.
And feel like I'm still like putting an outfit together rather than just like wearing something
shoes can
and then
change the whole outfit.
Yeah, chucking on some
runners.
Whatever. Yeah. The other thing is the bags though.
Yes, I'm rediscovering my love of bags at the moment.
I have like this one style of bag that I have in 2 colours, which is like an over-the-shoulder small bag. I've got one in red and one in mustard. And slowly but surely, and also very much getting like influenced by everyone with their Uniqlo bags and all of the mums being like, it's such a good bag for parenting. And I got very influenced by that. And I also now have the Uniqlo bag in 2 colours. But I will say, now that I've had that bag, I find it very difficult to be out and about parenting with the longer like shoulder bag that goes down, because it just kind of like is in the way, and like I'm walking and it's like knocking on my hip, whereas with the Uniqlo bag it's like sitting here. It's like sitting under my boobs, in my belly, in this like natural groove. It's just like more accessible. It's basically like wearing a bum bag but like across your shoulder, which feels very Gen Z to me. I have one gripe with the Uniqlo bag, and that is like where it sits on your shoulder, it like rubs into my neck. It like is very scratchy and itchy onto your neck. So it like, if I was wearing it with this, that would be fine because I would have this collar to protect me. But like in the summer, I don't really wear a lot of coloured clothes. So, but yeah, honestly, I think something like that Uniqlo bag or like a bum bag is the way to go. Like even like, yeah, a backpack is fine because you can carry all, all your essentials and everything you need. But actually no,
I have a cute little backpack.
But it's not accessible. Like I need it like ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, right in front of me.
Do you know what as well though? This is a weird one. Me and Thomas were talking about this recently. After we had our first child, we left the house with every single thing we owned in a bag, in a changing bag, a nappy changing bag. And I got like a nice kind of leathery looking one. Like it's still big changing bag though. Since we had a baby, if we're leaving the house, we're like, oh, there'll be wipes or there'll be tissues where we're going or whatever. Like we literally like have, I don't know what is that, like a weird level of confidence, or is it just like, were we being over the top before, or do we just not have time to think now? Like when we're leaving the house, we're like, do we have the child? Do we have a nappy? Like
that's all you need.
Yeah. So like I shoved the nappy in my little bag, and I'm just like, no, I can just bring my little bag now.
I'm so excited to see like what happens to me and Dan with a second.
Yeah, it's
I'm
mad.
so interested to see like how we change.
I think I feel a lot more confident in parenting with a second child. Like ridiculous. Right,
do you have any more thoughts about like fashion and parenting?
I suppose my takeaway thoughts are that stage of life, like making babies and stuff like that, it's hard enough without layering on too much pressure on yourself, to especially in terms of like sustainability and stuff like that. I think for me, because I had all these, like I introduced all these rules for myself, and then I found myself just like backed into a corner, and I was like, okay, great.
But
you know what I mean?
In the early hours of breastfeeding with Ro, when he was like a newborn, I was all over Vinted. I was just like on Vinted and Depop, and getting really into it. However, some of the more like, if it's like breastfeeding specific clothing, very unlikely that you're going to find something that's like a sustainable brand and like is like the ones with the holes and the zips and the stuff.
And it's also like, just when it comes to when you've got a new baby, your financial situation, your time situation, like your mental capacity is so limited that like if you're like, oh, my certain things don't fit or whatever, and the easiest option for you is to just like go online quickly and order something that you've seen someone post about, whatever, like I feel like it's the one time that you just shouldn't be like having harsh judgment on yourself, because like I was like massively beating myself up because I don't want to buy anything for the next 6 months, and then I ended up buying a couple of things and I felt really guilty about it, and I was like, I have enough things that are like making my mental health that would be kind of my big one. But it's definitely interesting as well, because you're like a different person in some ways after having babies, that like some things that I liked before I had kids, I don't like anymore. So now I'm trying to discover, what does like mam me mixed with like the new me, like what does she want to wear?
Yeah,
and that's like a new like journey to go on.
Yeah.
Because
I think I'll say as well, like occasionally get questions from people asking like what to buy as a present for their friends who have just had kids. Ask them what clothes they want to be wearing.
Yeah.
Ask them what they want their new life as a mum wardrobe to look like, that's like gonna be comfortable for them but also like feel like them. You do you. Don't throw away all of your clothes. Just
do it. Even if you've no space where you live, ask your parents, ask someone in your family, can you have some of their attic to just store stuff?
Yeah, because sometimes it can be really
problem.
like mentally brutal to like see them all the time as well and be like, I can't wear that. So whatever is gonna work for you.
Package them up. Don't give them away just yet. But yeah, fun times ahead. I'm having a lot of fun trying to figure out fashion again, and like, you know, all the colour analysis stuff and all that. All those things get me excited about it again.
I think that's been also a big part of me like rediscovering my like style and excitement for clothes post baby as well. It's like learning about the color stuff, and then also just like, I don't know, just being a bit more like clued into trends, even though like don't like care that much.
Oh, you're real about the jeans, literally like.
But then it does give me inspiration.
Yeah.
Like I do get ideas and being like, oh, that could work for me. And then that would like work with all these different clothes that I have. And like, that's like the missing piece that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I know I've gone mum jeans. I've said goodbye to the skinny jeans.
They look so good on you. They literally, I just can't even imagine you in skinny jeans after seeing you in them. Like they suit you so much.
I'm in my new.
Why were you not wearing them the whole time?
I'm in a new era. And then in 10 years' time, we'll be going back to skinny jeans. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments like what your parenting and style journey has been, and anything that you're like, oh my God, this is a must-have, or this is just, do not waste your money. Do not bother. We did a whole video on Mel's channel where we just did like a Q&A about motherhood and friendship and like long distance friendship and like loneliness in motherhood and that kind of stuff. So definitely go and watch that. Thanks so much.
Her Irish accent is coming now, and she's going to leave here with an Irish accent.
Lovely.
I
just think I go more mank when I'm around you because Manchester's closer to Ireland than London.
You do, definitely more than your videos.
Yeah.
But, so long, farewell, and Peter say goodbye.
Slán. Did I say it right?